Hello, everyone. So, welcome to Chewed. And what we're talking about tonight is water and weight loss. So, first off, I want to let everybody know I am not a dietitian, nor is this information meant to replace medical advice that you're receiving from a dietitian or a medical practitioner. I am a personal trainer. I am also the pro trainer for canfitpro, healthy eating and weight loss coaching. I'm also a healthy eating and weight loss coach. And I also have several other certifications in nutrition. And I've been working as a personal trainer for the past 12 years, and I have been super successful with weight loss for most of my clients. So let's get back to weight loss and water, okay? So studies have shown us that on average, 80% of people are dehydrated in this current moment. Now, if you're thirsty, that means you're dehydrated. Being 1% dehydrated can cause you to be thirsty, and it'll also cause your urine to darken and smell, your hair to get brittle, your skin to become dry. You can experience mood swings, fatigue, headaches, and new research has shown that there is a huge correlation between dehydration and insomnia. So those of us who are having a hard time getting to sleep or staying to sleep, guess what? It could be because you're dehydrated. Anyway, gotta wait till see how that all turns out. So the importance for weight loss is this. When we don't have water, we cannot create adrenal triphosphate. So what the heck is that and why do you care? So adrenal triphosphate is the energy currency of the body. Everything in our body, when we want energy, gets created and turned into ATP. So your body fat goes through all sorts of processes and eventually turns into ATP. Your food that you eat goes through all sorts of processes, but eventually when it's used for energy, gets turned into ATP. Okay, there's also ADP, but we're not going to get super sciencey. We're going to keep this super simple. So basically, in the absence of water, you cannot create energy. So what that directly means to weight loss is this. I'm working out really hard in the gym, or I'm doing sports or whatever other activity you want to do, and I'm watching my calories, or I'm, starting to eat healthier, and I'm doing all these things that say I should be losing a pound a week, right? And you're not. Well, you can't if you're dehydrated. So since most of us, that's like research shows almost 80% of our population is dehydrated in North America. So the odds are, so are you, because we're just not thirsty anymore. The thirst mechanism has become suppressed because we have a lot of metabolic imbalances and we've lost our metabolic flexibility. And I'll talk about metabolic flexibility. Let's try that again. Metabolic flexibility at a later episode. But right now, it's all about our metabolism and our metabolic balance. So water is really important because it transports, it hydrates, duh, it lubricates, but it actually is crucial to the conversion and creation of ATP. You can't have it. It requires the chemical bond to break, and there's a big sciencey explanation, but basically, no water, no ATP. No ATP, low caloric use. Low caloric use or requirement, stalled weight loss. It's pretty simple. So let's get drinking that water because we all want to be healthy. It also helps, okay? It'll make your skin fresher. It'll control moods. It's going to give more energy. Anybody who's experiencing cramping, especially if you're doing cramping when it's a sport or working out, it means you're dehydrated. Headaches. Who here gets that 3 o'clock in the afternoon slump? That's probably water that you need. Okay? And check this out. People who are craving sugar in the evening, it's probably water. If you cannot convert your body fat through complicated processes into ATP, then your body's going to start looking for energy and make you go for simple formats such as sugars or monosaccharides, which is refined breads, spaghettis, rices, any of those cookies, okay, crackers. So that's why we start to hunt that stuff. So water will really help with that. And then if you're trying to get healthy, then that's going to help with that as well too. How cool is that? Now, because our thirst mechanism has been turned off, because we're just not drinking enough water, and a big part of that is because we're not eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, we're not getting a good 60% of our water from our food, which is where we used to get it from long time ago, back when we were on the savannah, when we were like Homo erectus, okay? We weren't even Homo sapien sapien yet. So when we were on the savannah, we would search out for water. We would drink it whenever we found it, whether we're thirsty or not, because we wanted to make sure that we had it. It was crucial, okay? Then we became civilized and we started doing all sorts of things. And, soda was a new thing and fruit juice and all sorts of other things. And we started to eat a lot more processed food that doesn't have that natural water and fiber in it. So then we became slowly dehydrated and to a point where we're not thirsty anymore. We've lost our metabolic balance, but we can restore it. All we need to do is sip water very frequently, increase our water consumption, and increase our fruits and vegetables. By increasing all of these slowly over time, we will rehydrate and it will become easier and easier to lose our weight. So think about this. Anybody ever own a plant that they tried to kill? Because I do this regularly. It's like a thing in my house. It's like, hey, I'm going to buy 100 herbs and spend literally $100. And then it's like 3 months later, I'm like, oh, damn, they need water. Crap. Anyway, I can dehydrate them out, pour water in there, and then it just pours out of the bottom and they don't fluff back up. I have to literally sit them in a bowl of water and then they'll rehydrate once they've had the opportunity. Well, our cells are kind of like that. When we have lost our thirst mechanism, our cells actually start to stiffen and become resistant. They're trying to keep the water that's in them or the fluid and become resistant to the outside water. It just sits in our stomach and then we just get rid of it through body movement. So we have to stay at it. It takes time, just like that plant I tried to kill it. Another way to look at this is try to clean up a spill with a dried sponge. It just pushes the liquid around. You can't get it to absorb up. Okay, you've got to run the sponge underneath the tap, wring it out, and then it will suck up the water. So our bodies are the same way. So if we stay consistent, then eventually we will start to hold in that water and we're not going to pee every 5 minutes. But that's also another reason why I don't want anybody running out there and doing 3 to 6 liters of water right off the bat. Just gradually, if it takes a whole day to keep sipping at your bottle of water, that's perfect. Or start increasing more, leafy greens. A great example of a hydrating food is watermelon, okay? It is very, very healthy for you. It's so full of water, fiber, it tastes amazing. Or how about cucumbers? Cucumbers are mostly water. Or good salad, having a salad beside every meal automatically will up your water intake and your fiber intake and your nutrition value. How cool is that? So it's like multi-wins. Now, I get that some people, they don't like water, okay? I totally get it. It's flat tasting. It's so much nicer to have fruit juice or pop, even sugar-free pop. We have all these things that have altered our palate. So why would we want to go for plain water, right? So it's really good for us. But at the same time, we could take some of those fruit and put it in our water and reflavor it. One of my favorites is dark cherries, dark frozen cherries. Put a couple in the bottom of a big water jug, and that natural sweetness flavors the water, and it tastes really nice. There's also some really cool things that people have come up with. There's rosemary that people have put in water, or how about mint and cucumber. There's all sorts of different combinations. Or if you don't like cold, and the colder weather is coming up as well too, maybe herbal teas. Herbal teas are a great way for you to really up your fluid content and be healthy. Stay away from the sugar, stay away from the processed stuff. Do a nice natural herbal tea. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, I'm cheating with my sheet again. So again, great foods to increase your water is leafy greens, cucumbers, melons. They're all great examples of low sugar, high fiber, and very watery foods. And next week, I'm going to talk about sugar, the not so sweet truth, because there's a lot of things that are not good about sugar at all. No, it tastes so good. And we have it in just about everything. So I'm hoping in the comments below that you're going to tell me what your plan is to stay hydrated or to get hydrated. Or if you have any questions about water or the material that I've covered. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well under the video, and I'll see you next week. Okay? Thanks. Have a good night.